Hey lovelies, thanks for stopping by for this new series called Frizzy Haired Favorites, where I sit down and share with you all the things that I've been loving all summer after running around after my needy dog outside, and my hair, which was looking pretty cute this morning, is now starting to get fuzzier than I usually would like. Not totally kidding, sort of kidding, but today is just going to be a good old classic favorites and fails video. I do have a couple fails today. Unfortunately, I usually don't like having to share those things because it means something in my makeup collection, you know, has disappointed me. But I do like sharing those things with you so that hopefully they don't disappoint you as well. Or at least hopefully I can tell you about my disappointment before you buy them. Sadly, one of these has been a favorite of mine. So you might have bought them because I love them. Anyway, we're gonna get into that, but if we haven't met, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist, and here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. All right, what do we have a little bit of today? We have some makeup / beauty favorites. We have some hair care, some makeup brushes that I just want to talk about. We have some fragrance favorites. I have a couple fashion faves, a lot of stuff today. So we're going to dive in. I'm hopefully going to get through these without getting too chatty with all of you. I know it's been a busy summer. If you're anything like me, it's been a lot. I don't even know if I did a favorites last month. Time's been flying. So this is kind of a collective of all the stuff that I've been loving and maybe some things that I just want to talk about. I think a lot of people are starting to like get prepared for fall, and I'm just not there yet. I don't know if it's because I feel like our summer has just been kind of like moist, muggy, and soggy this year in Wisconsin. Like right now the sun just came out, but it's been rainy and dreary for most of the week. And we've had a lot of that honestly this summer, or we've had really hot and muggy, lots of mosquitoes. I'm just kind of like, okay, can we get to that point where summer and fall are starting to meet, but it's still really nice and it's not getting crisp aired yet? So in my heart, I'm not really ready for fall yet. And I know in Wisconsin, we can have higher temperatures well into September. So I'm still planning on using quite a few of these things while the temperature and the humidity are up. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's just start with a couple hair care things. I shared, I think it was in my empties video that I did recently. I was talking about some of my Paul Mitchell faves, and I was talking about like something that was in my shower at the time and it hadn't come out yet and I couldn't wait to share it. So it is out now. I want to talk about the 15-in-1 mask. This is a brand new multitasking hair mask. If you were like me and you feel like you have a lot of issues with your hair, you're looking for something that does a lot of things, this is great. One of the things that I love about this as a hairdresser is that it is lightweight enough for pretty much anyone to use. I think a lot of times people with fine hair really have a hard time finding a mask that like does some of the things that they're wanting without them feeling like super weighed down, greasy haired. I love that about this. This for me, having coarse, clearly very color treated hair, I could use a little bit more kick in the pants when it comes to the moisture department, but I am like on this side of the moisture needs of the world. So I think for most people that are like from here to here on that spectrum are gonna really love this. I love it, I still use it, but when I really need that extra super dose of hydration, this isn't the one that I reach for. But let me tell you what this does do. So it gives you 71% stronger hair. It offers hydration, reduced breakage, healthier looking hair, softness, shine, strength, smoothed split ends, that's a hard one with the Invisalign today, manageability, added body, detangled strands, smoothness, locked in moisture, everyday protection, restored elasticity, and easier styling. So this is really like a very multitasking mask. I also have to say I don't have it here at home, but I really love the 15-in-1 leave-in spray. Again, if you're looking for a multitasker, that one's great. Again, it's very lightweight. It offers moisture. It gives added protection. It has heat protection, color protection, UV protection, all of the things. So those two products came out together and I just love it. The scent of this is nice too. It's just really, it's light. It feels almost slightly ambery, but very, very light. It's almost like a little bit of amber and a little bit of freshness in here. I am sure that on the website it talks about the scent notes, and I have not memorized it. I'll put them here though. I'll put them here. I will have, by the way, this and a lot of my favorites linked down below. So if there's something in this video that sounds right up your alley, you can check it out. It'll all be listed. Okay, so those two are great products. Really love them. My guests at the salon seem to be really enjoying them. So I just had to share those brand new hair goodies. All right, you know what? While we're on fragrance, let's just talk here so that I don't forget about these. This one has like had me in its clutches for months. I got this, boy, it might have been the end of spring. It might have been the end of spring, and I just can't stop wearing it. This is Strawberry Letter from Fleur. I think I smelled it in store, and I was considering buying it, but I have Mercari credits to use up, and there was someone that was selling a very, very lightly used bottle, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna give it a go, use my credits, and I'm so glad that I picked this one up. This, I mean, when I go through this, it will probably be a repurchase. So what I love about this is it's a little bit soapy. It's strawberry, but not overly strawberry candy. Like, I am just starting to realize that anything that has that really artificial candy vibe, you know, like sickly sweet, overly synthetic, I don't like it. This, I mean, it gives me a little bit of like the smell of a doll. Like if you grew up in the 80s like me, those smells on those dolls. So it's not necessarily like true fresh strawberry, but it does have a little bit of that to it. I also get a little bit of the green of the strawberry, you know, the strawberry plant itself, but there's an underlying soapiness in this. I don't even think I've looked up the notes on this one. I'll put them up here for you, but oh, this is so good. This does dry down into just like a soft, fruity, fresh scent. Now, the only thing about this is it really does not have mega longevity, and that's sad. I feel like that's sort of the vibe of Fleur fragrances. Like, tell me if I'm wrong here, but I feel like most of them are sort of that way. I don't know. That being said, though, I still just love this. I will have no problem like just reapplying it or wearing it on days where it's just for a few hours. I love it. So that has been one that I can't put down. It's like strawberry has been my scent of the season, and I've tried a few things that have sort of that berry note, and I don't know, I'm just in love. Okay, another thing that I'm in love with. So for those of you that did watch my Maison des Animaux video, I talked about the Discovery set that I got. And in that video, I shared that I did pick up 3 full sizes from that Discovery set. By the way, here is what the bottles look like, for those of you that did check that out. If you haven't seen this video and you love fragrance like me and you want to check out an awesome indie, like just unique fragrance brand, I will have that video linked down below. But I did also pick up a new Discovery set, and I have been playing with these. There are a couple in here that I really love, but the one that I have been reaching for most this summer, and this was one that I think was out of stock when I picked up my first Discovery set, because I know this was one on my list. Orate. You guys, I'm definitely getting a full-size bottle of this. Let me pull up the notes. So the champion notes here are sandalwood, labdanum, and vanilla. The brand says that this is the classic amber, sandalwood drenched, labdanum rich, vanilla sweetened, the most golden of gold fragrances. So the top is labdanum, vanilla, and jasmine. The base is sandalwood, good leather, and more vanilla. I will tell you, the leather in this is super, super soft. That's not a note that I usually enjoy. This is so good. And I think that this is a year-round wear. Like I said, it's been a bit humid. It's definitely gotten hot this summer. I felt comfortable wearing this because it's dry. It's not that sickly sweet vanilla. You're not gonna smell like a cupcake. You're gonna smell like golden, deliciously hydrated skin. That maybe sounds really creepy. Oh, it's just so lovely. It's soft, but it's not powdery. It's just lovely. I'm definitely going to be getting this in a full size. I absolutely love labdanum, that very warm, resinous note. The jasmine is pretty soft in this. It's not overly floral. It's just lovely. It's creamy. I love it. 10 out of 10, A++, highly recommend. So that is one that I have been wearing a lot. In fact, I ordered a sample of it, and the brand, when I got my order, they threw in some extra samples, which they seem to do. Orate was another one that they had thrown in. I'm like, yes. So once I tried this out, I was like, woohoo, I have another sample. I will definitely use it. So those are 2 fragrances that have had me in their clutches this month and beyond, especially Strawberry Letter. Like, that one has been a lot. Okay, so let's talk. I do have one skincare thing, and for some reason, I feel like I maybe mentioned this recently. I'm not sure. But I have been wearing this a lot this summer. I think a lot of that is about the texture of this. This is the City Beauty Blue Defense Hydrogel. Now, this talks about like being like blue light defense, sort of that like environmental protection. I can't say much about that, but what I can say is I love the texture of this moisturizer. It is that beautiful like gel cream. It's so good for the hot, humid season where I want to feel very hydrated, but I don't want to feel greasy. Like, I don't need any more glow. So this is one that I've been wearing on days that I know it's going to be super hot, where I just want that very light feel on my skin, but I want to feel quenched. So this has been lovely. I have actually also used this to mix in with products to sheer out like a foundation or something like that. Of course, with a gel product like this, you'd want it to be like more water-based, not oil-based foundation. So just keep that in mind. The one caveat of this, and I didn't realize it until the one day I put this on and Jeremy and I were going out and about, and I hadn't put on any makeup, just this. It is a bit tacky and not like crazy, but if you don't put something over it, it does have a little bit of a feel. It's not super sticky. It was just enough, and it was a hot day, and I was like, oh, I could just like feel my baby hairs. Like, I think we were in the car and I could just feel everything kind of like tacking down to my skin. Not the most pleasant, but I'm kind of like, oh, is that sort of like Hydro Grip primer? You know what I mean? Like, are we getting a 2-for-1 in this product? Because if it has that little bit when you put makeup on, I don't notice that feeling once I put anything over the top of this, even the lightest skin tint. So I really love this. I do have a discount code with the brand, so it's probably Keep Beauty Real, but I will put the details down below if you want to try this out. I know they do have different skincare sales, so when the next one comes up, I will make sure to post it on my community tab as well if you do want to check this one out. It's lovely. I think for normal to oily skin, this would be great, but like, I consider myself to normally have dry skin, but in the summer it's definitely a bit more glowy, so this has been ideal for me and I really love it. It's just such a nice lightweight texture. Okay, enough about that, Kelly. We are moving on. So I was just talking about products that I've sort of been mixing with a hydrator to make a bit more of a sheer tint. This is the one that I've been reaching for a lot. This is the Clinique Even Better Refresh. So I have the shade WN38, which is the shade Stone. This was one of those like Ulta Diamond or Platinum perks at one point in time, and I purchased it. I feel like I've talked about this. This is also, oh my gosh, I'm having a lot of deja vu today. Watch that, like, my favorites this month are exactly the same as my favorites whenever that was 2 months ago. That will be hilarious. It just means I'm consistent, I guess. But I picked this up blindly. I had to pick out a shade, and this one right now is actually pretty good for me. I have been, along with the other skin tint that I'm going to talk about, I have been mixing with my Face Atelier Olive Skin Corrector. Love this. These adjuster drops are great, and literally, like, I barely even depress the little nozzle on this at all, and whatever comes out, I use like almost like water tension, you know, like just to touch the two drops together so that this drop kind of sucks this one off, because a little goes a very long way and I don't wear a lot at a time anyway. So just a teensy bit of this and it's been working beautifully. That other product, by the way, is the RMS Sun Cover Up Super Tint. So I have the shade Tan. Darkness level, it's perfect for me. I love the texture of this. It's beautiful. It is a bit glowy, so it's for those days that you want that, you know, bit of a dewy look. It is a smidge kind of like warm peachy for me, so I do prefer it with a bit of the olive adjuster in it. So love that though. It just, it wears off the skin beautifully, you know, like it's not a long wear product. A glowy sheer product really never is going to be, but I would rather have something on that wears off over time and still looks beautiful. By the way, today I have this sheared out with a little bit of this on, and it was perfect because I had to go to the dentist this morning for my cleaning, and as she's like touching my face all over, I was like, I'm so glad that I just did very, very sheer makeup, because that is, I'm pretty sure right here I have nothing left on my face. But I was like, I'd rather that. I'd rather something that just wears off nicely than like have a mask on that is just gonna, you're gonna like see fingerprints in it. So Anyway, I love both of these products and they've been doing me very well. And I really am trying to use a lot of the Complexion that I have before purchasing anything else. Although I did just order something new, which you'll see coming very soon. I think that might be the next video. Got a new concealer, couldn't resist. I just can't. It's like my mystery. It's my holy grail, gotta find the best one product, and I just couldn't resist. You'll see that soon. Now, speaking of concealers, I do want to just give another shout out to Doll 10's This Covers Everything concealer. I have really been loving this. The brand did send this over to me. I love it. That's not why I bought a new concealer. I just can't stop myself. I love this one. This is what I took for my work trip in Vegas with me because I know that it lasts all day and it has more of that like satin skin finish, which is exactly what I needed. I tell you what, you guys, the day of the event, it was crazy busy, like long day. My call time was 6:30 a.m. because our models were starting to arrive at 7 a.m. I did not get done with work until 11 p.m. And I got about 20 minutes to like run back to my room at one point, put on my dress in the event that I actually was able to go to the gala. And I put on a little bit more blush, which is one thing, by the way, that I'm going to be talking to you about, and then ran out of the room. So there were like no touch-ups. There was no powder. There was no adding concealer. And I felt okay. Did I really get to go to the gala? No, but that's a side note. But I still felt like I looked decent. I took some pictures with people in the hallways. It was fine. So this has been coming in clutch. I feel like that satin skin finish really lends itself to long wear makeup without being overly thick, overly crusty. This doesn't do that. So it's pretty much everything that I needed, and it was perfect for what I wanted it for. Oh, by the way, they did give me a discount code. Look at me. I'm such the stellar influencer. I do have a discount code. I think it's KEEPBEAUTYREAL. Again, I'll have the link to this down below if you do want to check that video out as well. That'll be down there as well. I tried this and a couple other products out. So if you want to see it in use, that will be a great way to do that. Okay, so let's talk about that blush that I wore. So you all know that I love the RMS Beauty Redimension Hydra Blushes. It's not a shocker, but this shade Sangria is the one that I just can't put down this summer. It is so beautiful. It's just that like warm, toasty, slightly peachy, but not overdone, not overly orange, not that like, it just is a shade that I think would work for most people. Maybe if you have the coolest of skin, maybe not, but I just think it would almost then look like a blush bronzer. So a lot of people know and love Maiden's Blush. This is clearly one that I use a lot. This is Sangria. So you can see the difference. Like Maiden's Blush just has that more like slightly mocha-y feel, where this definitely has that earthy peach tone. So I'm going to swatch these out. I just pulled out Maiden's Blush because most people have seen this one. I'm going to do it on my palm because my spray tan right now is probably going to make it hard to see on top of. So you can see here, so Sangria is on the top, and then this is Maiden's Blush. So you can see once you get enough of this on, it definitely has more of that beautiful like reddish peach. Oh, it's just so pretty, but it still is soft. And you can build this up. I personally like to wear all of the blush. Clearly, we're going to be talking about this one today. I like to wear all of the blush, but you could sheer this out as well. I just really love the tone of this. The finish is beautiful. Both of these have about the same finish. I do find that the Hydra blushes have like 2 or 3 formulas. Some of them have like a duochromatic essence to them. Some of them have just like a beautiful like sheen, and some really don't have a lot of sheen. They just are more like satin. So these two are more in that like sheeny kind of feel. Okay, the blush that I'm wearing today, I'm sorry that you can't get this anymore, but I want to share it in case you have one in your collection that is a color that is similar to this. I pulled this out from my summer shop my stash. This is one of the Urban Decay Afterglow blushes, and this is in the shade Bang. I almost dropped it. I actually think that Haus Labs has a shade that's kind of similar to this. It's this like red meets orange sort of vibe, not corally, but not a true red either. You can actually see it has like, Sangria is sort of like a more earthy version of this. And this is definitely more, I wouldn't even say satin. I'd say it's more of a matte blush. I love just like packing it on. Like give me those strawberry cheeks. Like today I have on one cream eyeshadow, some cream bronzer, and all of the blush. Give me all of the blush. That has been kind of the summer vibe. This is such a beautiful summer shade. I'm glad that I pulled it out. So just a reminder to kind of like go through your stash. You know, we are in the last few weeks of summer, so make sure you go through what you have to pull out a couple of those shades that you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't worn this yet this summer, and it's not going to get any more use again until, you know, spring or summer of next year. So make sure that you don't forget some of the shades that you haven't been reaching for. That was more why I was sharing that one in this video. So like I mentioned, I'm just wearing one cream shadow today. This has been the vibe a lot this summer, is like one cream shadow, maybe a single shadow, maybe my bronzer, who knows, like in the crease. Like sometimes I've just been doing a matte cream shadow. It's been very simple eye makeup for the most part. I do want to share, I know I talked about the new shades that I picked up in the Sydney Grace Christmas in July sale. I am very much enjoying that Cinnamon Blaze shade. I'm not going to swatch it out because I did so in my try on and haul video, but I do want to let you know I am really enjoying this one. If I can find the picture of me wearing this, I will make sure to pop it up here. It is just the most beautiful, like yummy, toasty, brown meets rose goldy mauve. Ugh, I just really like it. The other one that I've been wearing a lot this season is Wedding Bells. I actually use this to mix into other shades as well. It's very pretty. So my Sydney Grace cream shadows are definitely getting a lot of love this summer. The one that I'm wearing today is actually an about face, and I pulled this out for a reason. This is the shade Apollo Empire. So it's a very just like light, thin gold. These are the, what do they call these? The fractal eye paints. So these are a mousse texture. They have a lot of beautiful dimension. I love the way these look. However, these are going to be a fail for me now at this point, which is so unfortunate. So this one is sort of on its last legs. These two are completely dried up. I actually talked about one of these drying up at one point. I was able to take it back into Ulta and swap it out because when I got it, I was like, I feel like I just got this and it had dried out. So I have the shades Smolder and Fracture here. I love these. I love the way that they look on the eye, but this moussey texture dries out so bad. And this little teensy, like kind of like doe foot applicator, it's so hard, and since these are not clear plastic, it's really hard to even see where the product is. I can't get much out onto the eye anymore. It's just very disappointing. It's very disappointing. I love the matte shades. You know that I've oohed and awed about the matte eye paints. Probably still my favorite matte cream shadow. These ones are disappointing. I won't buy these anymore. I love the look of them. They're so easy to use, but they're just heartbreaking. I mean, it's like, I feel like that one had dried out, and honestly, I hadn't had it very long at all, but I think if you were even able to get 3 months with these, that would be lucky. Kind of sad. Okay, so I have 2 RMS products in here that I absolutely love. You guys know that for the most part, this brand has been a really big hit for me. These are a miss. These are a miss. Now, I've only tried out the one shade, but I have heard, after I had sort of gleaned my own opinion on these, I had heard from several people that these are just as fussy as what I had thought. These are the Cashmere Matte Eyelights from RMS. I absolutely love the original eyelights, the ones that have more of that like satin shimmer formula. I have the shade Dusty Trail. The colors are pretty that they have. They're very much like on brand for RMS, more of those like neutral plus shades, if you will, like, you know, very soft. There is something about, oh gosh, see, again, the spray tan is going to make it so that you can't really see. This is, I wanted a shade that I knew that I could use a lot. I love the shade of this. Right now it's looking beautiful on my hand. Here's the thing. I think that these are like 28, 32 bucks, somewhere around there. They are finicky. They are fussy. I feel like when I put it on the eye, right here, it blends out nicely. But when I put it on the eye, and I just don't love using my fingers. Maybe if I used my fingers, it would be better. But I don't want to say patchy, because I was able to get it to work and have it not look patchy, but it was finicky. I felt like I kept having to like tap the product down into place. If I buffed it too much, it was sort of like breaking up. It was picking up itself. Like, for that price, like I don't want to fuss with that. I don't want to fuss with that. I go to RMS for those foolproof, you but better kind of like quick makeup, fresh faced, beautiful, refined, natural looks. I don't want to be having to tap a matte eyeshadow and like making it perfect for 10 minutes. Like that's not, and it's not on brand for them. And I've heard this about these. So they're going to be a pass for me, unfortunately. I do like the tip better. I much prefer this more precise tip than just like the open tube. So I do like that. I will still use this. What I will probably use it for is days where I'm going to just buff this out quite a bit and then lay a shimmer over the top and maybe not have to worry as much. But once this is gone, I won't get another one. It's just not for me. So, wah, wah. I feel like this is a lot of like very random randomness today, which I guess is on par for how my favorites usually go. Okay, the brushes that I want to talk about. The BK Beauty 109. You all know that I love this brush. I really enjoy it. I had a little bit of a mini meltdown when I was working in Vegas. I took this brush with me and I think it was like after my first full day there, I was going to put on my makeup and I was stressing because I could not find it. I was like, honestly, did housekeeping steal my brush of everything in here? Because I usually don't have housekeeping come because honestly, life exploded everywhere. And I was like, nobody needs to deal with this hot mess. So I usually put the thing on the door, like, please don't come in. And I forgot to do that. So they did come in. But I was like, of all the things that they could take, like, I was like, why would they take one makeup brush, one dirty makeup brush? I found it eventually. But in the chaos of that morning, I must have set it down somewhere weird. But I was like, how am I going to put on my cream blush without this? Like, I just love this for things like my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin, for the Sydney Grace cream blushes, for any liquid or cream. This is one that I just have to have. I do also, of course, you guys know that I really like this Larifé F15. You can't get these anymore though. This is great as well. It is just a bit more firm. So if I want something that's, you know, a bit more blendy, I guess, I like to pull this one out. I do have to say though, you guys, some of my BK Beauty, the ferrules have been getting a little wiggly on them. That's a little annoying for me for the price of these. I love the shape of this. I love the look of it, but I was like, really? The ferrules are starting to be wiggly? That's a little disappointing. But because I love the shape, because it blends out blush so beautifully, I will always have these on hand. So I just wanted to mention that one because it's like, okay, when I had a little like adult meltdown because I couldn't find my brush, you know it's one that I love. I do also just want to give a nod to the unit brushes. These are of course the ones from Beautylish. Every time I pick up one of my unit brushes, and I got all of these in a lucky bag or lucky bags. One of these might actually be this one, the 306. One I actually purchased because the shape looked very familiar to another brush that I love, but these are so nice for synthetic brushes, especially because I know that like Beautylish has these on sale at times. These are so nice. I used this powder brush the other day. I think it was for an Hourglass ambient lighting powder. Oh, I was just like, oh my gosh, like they just feel so nice. So if you're looking for decent synthetic brushes, give these a peek. They are very nice. I just feel like they're so nice. They're so nice. So I just wanted to give a nod to these because I have really been liking them. That also just made me think of something that I've been using quite a bit, and I'm going to pull it out here. I have been using my Ambient Lighting Edit Volume 4 quite a bit. This has been a summer where it's been like quick makeup. I have really been enjoying pulling this one out. So much so that it actually has given me itchy fingers to pick up a new Hourglass palette, but I don't need one. I really don't need one. So I'm just trying to use and appreciate the ones that I have. The nice thing about this is you have 2 shades of the ambient lighting. We have a highlighter, and it's not that like crazy bling bling. What do they call this one? They say it is a strobe powder, but some of them are like a lot. And then we have the bronzer in Filtered Bronze Light, the blush in Luminous Glow, and then the strobe blush in Euphoric Fusion. So this is like just enough. I have to say that this bronzer for this time of year, I would really have to pack this one on to like get a lot out of it, but it's just enough. It's just enough that I can get some dimension to my face. It's just one of those quick and easy, definitely worth the money. I mean, Hourglass in general is a little overpriced, but for how much that I've been using and appreciating these, I'm glad that I have them. Before I forget, I just saw this sitting on the floor and I wanted to share this. So let me just say, there are times in life where we buy things that maybe we don't really need at that point in time, like another lip gloss, another concealer, things like that. And then there are the times where there comes a point where it's like, really, you really need to get a new one. So this was my brush roll. This was my brush roll that I used for my personal travels. You guys, can you see that? It is like beat. It's beat to smithereens. It was so, like, the stuff is like flaking off. I got this at Sephora, I don't even know when. Oh my gosh, it was just getting trashy. It was getting trashy. I literally just saved it so I could embarrass myself with all of these. So I finally needed a new travel brush roll. I got this one on Amazon. So this one has like wraparound and I just like tuck the little ties in. It's from MSQ. It's so far, it's gone on 3 travels with me. It's definitely working really well. It holds quite a bit. Let me open this so you guys will be able to see. These are the brushes that I took. By the way, a quick peek at what I took to Vegas with me. So these are the brushes that I took along with me. You can see I was talking about my 109. It's in here. I have several. So some of these are ones that I absolutely have to have with me. Some were just ones that were clean. I'm not gonna lie. Some were just ones that were clean and I knew would work fine. I do also love that this has this little like tubular pocket situation. So I was able to also like put a few things in that I couldn't fit in my other makeup case, which by the way, I'm also gonna need a replacement for. But I like that. I like the fact that this also has this. And then that almost like gives some support to the brush roll itself. I don't know, I've been very happy with this. This, by the way, I think you've all seen this. This is gonna be the next thing that has to go. This was a Laura Mercier case. I totally got this because of Kathleen Lights. She had it. Now I have to say I do still love this. It has these little magnetic pouches. So I don't know why I'm showing you this because you can't get this anymore, but like these magnetic pouches come out, which I totally thought, by the way, I would utilize that more than I ever did because I never really took these out all that much. Uh-oh, now I can't get it to go back. Now it doesn't want to go back. Did I just break this? Okay, no, what's going on? Anyway, this is on its last leg. Like, look, this is all starting to come off. So if you have a makeup travel case that has separate compartments in it, I definitely need the compartments. I do not like being the girl who's got to like dig through one big bag, but if you have one, let me know which one you love because that's going to be the next thing that I need. So I guess this is like me talking about one favorite and then also asking you for one of yours. So if you have that recommendation, drop it down in the comments for me. Thank you. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so I think that those are the sort of like beauty makeup things. Let's talk about some fashion items. So this little dress, if I can find a picture of myself in it, I will put it up. But this little dress I got on Amazon. This specific color, I bought when my sister was getting married and she was having pretty cash. So I wanted something that was just like easy breezy, effortless. Loved the dress so much so that once I wasn't able to fit into that one anymore, I needed to get a smaller size. I just went back and I bought it again. I went back and I bought it again. And I had it at the time in this green and a yellow and maybe a black. I now have the smaller sizes in green, red. I think I maybe just got the green and the red. I had to stop myself from buying a bunch. So the thing that I love about this, first of all, I have to say that I have worn and washed the larger size of this dress, the one from previous, quite a few times now. I air dry, honestly, most of my clothes. I don't like tumble dry my clothes. So I think that helps, but it's held up beautifully. It did not really fade a lot. It's gorgeous. And I also love the fact that it has this like stretch material. So that to me, it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Now this has a bit of a cold shoulder, which is just like kind of cute. It has, I would say that the waist on me almost comes a little bit closer to my natural waist, but I am short-waisted. But it's just a very flattering dress. I will have it linked below. I think it's just so cute, and every time I wear it, I get compliments. It's just one of those, like, you can throw it on, you could dress it up a little bit with some jewels and different shoes, you could dress it down. I love it. I have no problem having it in several colors. Like I said, once that dress was way too big, I was like, guess what? I'm buying it in a smaller size because I love it. So I will have it linked down below. All right, so now for these pants, this is very hard. I do have myself in a picture with wearing these pants. So I was picking something up for our reception party when I was working Desert Bloom for Paul Mitchell, and it was an outdoor in Vegas party. So it was very much like, okay, I needed like breathable light fabrics. I thought these pants would be great. We sort of had like a themed colorways that we were sticking to. This sort of fit into that. They do have like a bow at the waist, and they're so comfy. They're so easy to wear. Again, I have these in this shade. I have them in black, and I have them in a shade that is like this and black in a really fun like geometric pattern. Y'all, these are like wearing pajamas. Okay, so I'm gonna put up the picture here. I wore these with a bodysuit. I'll have the bodysuit linked as well because that's super cute and comfy. It is a little bit shorter waist though. If you are a long-waisted and or extra tall person, I don't think that the bodysuit would work for you, but super comfy. So the outfit I just loved. I got a lot of compliments. It's just like comfy, chic. The black pants I wore to work the other day, and I got so many compliments, and I'm like, I literally feel like I'm wearing pajamas to work, which, what could be better? So I absolutely love these. I've worn these now several times. I wore these through the airport on the way home. These might be now like maybe the black pair, but like I'm really tempted to pick up another pair of these. I'm gonna hold off because they are so wide-legged that like I know that that trend at some point will sort of go away again, so I probably won't get another pair, but I just feel like I could live in these pants, and they were so great to travel in. So if you are looking for some cute, like comfy chic travel clothes, if you are looking for something that could be effortless, I think that this is great. I do think that as far as body type, I am definitely more small-waisted, wider hips and thighs. So I feel like if you are more apple-shaped, these pants might not be for you. I think that the waist might be a little bit small in ratio. But if you are like me and you are more like hourglass or pear-shaped, where you want something that really cinches in your waist, but you have a bigger hip ratio, these pants would probably work for you. I almost could have sized down another size, but my booty, I was like, I probably could have, but the booty would have been tight. It would have been a little tight. So I was like, but so true to size, if you are, I would say, more of like a straight waist or a cinched waist, I think that that's going to be what is best for these. And you can see in the picture, if you have a body type somewhat similar to mine, that these would probably work. Okay. This is the time that there's always something else that I forget. I knew what it was. It's a food item. Let me go get it. I can't believe I almost forgot. All right, like I said, I knew that there's always something that I forget, and oftentimes it is a food item. So let's talk about Royo. So Royo is a low-carb bread items brand. I've seen a lot of things on Instagram and Facebook that have just been like drawing me in. I finally gave them a go a couple months ago, and I've really been enjoying the products. So a couple things. Living a low-carb lifestyle is not for everyone. I'm not saying that everybody should be. For me, it is 100% one of the things that I know that helps me maintain a healthy weight for lots of reasons, of which maybe at some point I'll get into. I just let Jed in, and so he's like super turned up. So if you're hearing heavy breathing, it's him. But so I know that when I am consuming less carbs, especially refined carbohydrates, I just do better. I feel better. I have less brain fog. My gut is better. Just so many things. I also am trying to have more fiber in my diet. I think that that is one thing, like having more protein and more fiber is just something that's really helped me. And so when I saw that Royo is low carb and high fiber, I was like, I have to give these a try. The texture looked great. So these bagels, I've tried a few things from the brand. The bagels are definitely my favorite so far. I have the cinnamon raisin here, which really honestly isn't my vibe. I'm not really like a sweet bread type person, but I had tried some of the other flavors and I was like, what the heck, I'm gonna give these a go. But listen to these. So these have 70 calories, 9 grams of protein, 6 grams of net carbs. Look how big this is. This is not one of those things where it's like a half of a bagel is a serving. The whole bagel you get for 70 calories, you guys. Let me see how much fiber is in these. 31 grams of dietary fiber. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, I think the average American gets like 15 grams of fiber in their entire, like 15 or 20 grams of fiber in their day. So there's also a little bit of a learning curve to these. You got to be careful. But the thing that I love is between the protein and the fiber, they really, really fill me up. I have tried the bagels. I have tried the artisan bread. Those are pretty good too. It's like 30 calories and 2 or 3 grams of carbs per slice. The thing that I love about the bagels, while they do not have a chewy New York bagel type texture, they have a great texture if you're looking for something to use as a bun. Like, I love a good burger, and I have tried all the things. While I can get down with an iceberg lettuce burger, there are some times that I just want something that isn't gonna fall apart, that I'm able to put a couple sauces on, put some like drippy pickles, whatever it might be, and not have all of these other like bread alternative things like completely fall apart on me. Royo has been great. The flavor is great. And like I said, I mean, there have been times where having like a half of a burger and a half of one of these bagels is more than enough for me. I will feel super full if I have like a full one at some times. So it just kind of depends on like what the vibe is for that meal. So good. I really love the everything bagels. Those are probably my favorite. So the bagels for me are a stand-in as a bagel, obviously, but I've also used them as burger buns. Excuse you, Jet. Too much fiber in his diet. I've also had them as like sandwiches, whatever. So they're just really nice. We have tried the hamburger buns. Now, I will let you know that I swapped one of those in for a classic hamburger bun, and I didn't tell Jeremy, and he actually really liked it. He said the texture and the flavor was good, although it was a little bit dry, which I do have to agree with. So I just try to be careful. Honestly, I'm someone where I don't love something super toasted and crispy anyway, so that's just not my preference. But I buy these. You do have to get them online. I don't think that there's anywhere that they sell in store. I think I have like some sort of referral discount that I'll link down below for you if you want to try these, if you're looking for more fiber, maybe less carbs, whatever in your life. Again, the everything bagel are really great. I've had the seeded bagels. I do want to try the challah rolls. That's the one thing I think that I haven't tried, but I would definitely recommend the bread and the bagels for sure. So had to share that. You know, I'm just over here trying to like still be able to eat a sandwich and not have things fall apart. So had to share Royo as well. I don't know why I'm getting so excited talking about food. Let me tell you, if I can find a food that is going to fit into my health needs and it tastes really good, I'm gonna be super excited. So let me know, by the way, if you want to know more of my food favorites, if that's something that you guys would like to see in the future, and maybe some lifestyle content or something. I don't know. Who knows what I'm doing here, but I just had to share these because I've eaten a lot of these. And Jeremy likes them too, which, you know, always says something when I can swap out a product and he's not gonna be like, what's that? That means that it's a good quality. All right, lovelies, I think that's it. Let me know what you've been loving this summer. I would love to know, and let me know what you'd like to see in the future here on my channel. I thank you to those of you that responded to my post recently asking about that. I definitely have some plans for some of your requests, and that's it for today, and I will see you really soon.